Alright, you guys, I'm back. I'm gonna try to make short videos. I just made some coffee and it's not kicking in yet. But I wanna talk about a dream I had December 8th, and that was Friday. It was the Temple Mount, and there was a party that I was attending. And I had watched Brother Shannon's video that Bold Soldier for Christ. I think Harpazo Raptor had shared it. Somebody, I'll leave it below, okay? But it was a 2 minute video, and he was talking about how people were celebrating the announcement of Trump making, professing Jerusalem to be the capital of Israel and moving the U.S. embassy there. And he just was saying that, this is the beginning of all chaos breaking loose. And it reminded me of the dream. I watched that video on Sunday, maybe, and I had the dream on Friday. So there's also a video that Paul Begley put out maybe 2 days ago. I don't know. I think I was catching up on video, so I don't know which day he made it. And it's got some good scriptures about Jerusalem, okay? So I'm going to share that video. That also just reminded me of the dream. So I dreamed that I was in this apartment complex that I grew up in, and I knew that there was a party going on the inside. It was some type of commemorative or some type of celebration party, and a whole bunch of people, especially people that lived in that neighborhood, were going there. And we hadn't quite made it inside the party. If you think of an apartment complex, it's only so many people that can fit inside of an apartment. So it was a whole just crowd of people outside, and I and the people around me just hadn't made it to the inside of the apartment yet. I knew there was drinking, and I know it was drinking going on. I know it was a party. I know it was a celebration of something. And it really just reminded me because both of my brothers had texted me. My brother who was in my last stream, I think he's about to be 32 or 33, you guys. So that's why I labeled the video the vision, and he can't walk. He has a disability with his legs, so he can't. That's why I believe he represented Christ in that last dream. Anyway, so it just reminded me because we're going to have a party for him on the 23rd. His birthday's on the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. But anyway, in this dream, I just knew it was some type of celebration. And before we even got to the apartment, me and the people that were around me, I wasn't particularly with anybody, but everybody knew this. We were going inside this place to maybe have a drink or whatever. And sorry, you guys. Whoever was inside the apartment, inside of the party, it was a guy, came out shooting. I didn't hear anything. It was just like word spread on the outside, around the parking lot and in the grass area and where everybody was standing, that somebody on the inside was coming out shooting. And so we all just ran to like the, we cut across some buildings, and we were going towards the back side of the buildings, apartment complex, and there was a Temple Mount there, like the Temple Mount. Somehow my son came out of nowhere, and I said, he was in the crowd of people, and he said, and I said to him, go to the temple. Like if we get split up or if you can't find me, I knew other people were going there. I knew that was the place, the hiding place, um, that we could go to not. It was like this person who was shooting wouldn't be able to get into the Temple Mount. That was the hiding place. And I said, I don't know where he came from, but he ended up in this crowd, and I was like, he was relatively close to me, but I was telling him, as if I was expecting us to maybe get separated, or he might get lost in the crowd, and I knew other people were going there. I said, just go to the Temple Mount. Like, that was the go-to place. And I caught a glimpse of it. It wasn't far from where we were, but I just wanted to assure him to go to the temple. And it looks like a picture that my husband has here with the dome on a rock on it. And I just knew this was the hiding space. And that's when I woke up. Um, I don't know, you guys. It kind of, the way the people were running, I didn't see anybody. I knew I had like kind of was like glancing around to see if I seen anybody coming or whatever. It was a lot of commotion. It kind of looked like those people kind of running from the guy who set off that bomb on himself in New York today. And I looked up some scriptures. It reminded me of Matthew 24. When you see the abomination of desolation, let all of those who are in Judea flee to the mountain. It kind of reminded me of that. It reminds me that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, no matter who likes it, no matter who disagrees with it. God said he would put his name in Zion, and that's his land. That's God's land. And we are covenant people. The Hebrews and all those who were grafted in, the Gentiles and the Jews, all those who were grafted into the covenant of Christ. And it just reminds me that no matter what goes on, God will keep us in perfect peace. He is the everlasting rock. He is the rock of ages, and he is our foundation. So Matthew 24 and Luke 17, they will be marrying and party and drinking as they did before Noah. Let me read them because I can mix up some scripture if I'm not looking at it. Luke 17:22, and he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of those days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. And they shall say to you, see here, or see there. Go not after them, nor follow them. For as lightning that lighteneth out of the one part of under heaven shineth until the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, and were given in marriage until that day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, and destroyed them all. They were given in marriage and drinking and married wives. Likewise, as it was in the days of Lot, did they eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out went out of some Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. And even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day which he shall be upon the housetop, um, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away, and he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. I don't want to read the whole scripture. It says, remember Lot's wife. You know, remember that who seeks to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall save it. Don't look back. You guys, now is the time that, I mean, this is the end days. You got to make your election sure. You got to make your calling sure. Either you're for Christ or you will be left behind. Uh, and this thing with Jerusalem, this announcement, rightly so, is going to cause a lot of. I believe it's just the beginning. Just the beginning. Um, Jerusalem will become a cup of trembling for all those who burden themselves with it. Okay, you guys. I think that's it. Um, I don't know. It was really interesting. It really looked like I was near the outer courts of the Temple Mount. This is where um, Abraham was believed to uh, take Isaac up to sacrifice him. Also, I believe Herod built the temple there before it was destroyed. Also, it's supposedly sacred to the Muslims, the Dome of the Rock. And it's what many of us believe is where the third temple is going to be built. So I just thought it was interesting. It really looked like this picture I have. Maybe I can find it and use it as the thumbnail. But it was a nighttime scene, and it just felt like whoever was coming out this party was about to shoot up everybody, and we were supposed to all just run to the temple. That was the hiding space. That was the place that we knew we would be safe. Of course, we are the temple of God. We don't need another temple, but to fulfill Bible prophecy, another temple will be built. Let's take refuge in the Lord in these last and evil and perilous times, and we'll be okay. He'll keep us in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on Him. I know I've come with some bad news. I haven't even gotten to the visions yet, but seek refuge in the Lord. Okay, you guys? God bless y'all. If I get any more revelation of this dream, I'll come back and talk with you later.